I've let the fire go out in the oven, and now it's time to rake it all off the oven floor, down through the little trap door on the left into the ash pit down below. Although it's nice not to have to rake it out onto a hearth right at your feet, it's a little bit awkward to have that little trap door over on the left there. And I wonder whether the shakers here had some perfectly shaped rake to do that with. We don't. I usually am unable to get all of the little coals and stuff that are up against the wall completely out of there, which means that our bread and whatever we bake always has a little bit of a wood smoke flavor. Which I prefer to a propane flavor. The trap door is closed. I'll close off the damper to the flue, and the oven's hot, ready to go. I'm going to use a peel to put the bread loaves in, and the bread cake, or good cake. I'll do it one at a time, and just place them in the oven. Now the object of the exercise was to get all of the all areas of the oven equally heated. But what usually happens is there'll be some areas that got hotter than others. And some loaves of bread will start turning brown before others. Now the pièce de résistance is the good cake. Got to be very gentle so I don't make it fall before it even gets into the oven. I think I'm going to push it off the peel. Perfect. Just perfect. Well, now that the chickens are out, Gladys and Kathy have made some really gorgeous blueberry pies that we'll put into the Rumford, since we've got it hot. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
This middle shelf is the best one. The bottom one gets too hot because the baffle is a little bit warped over the years. And the top one also gets a bit too hot because whatever's on it gets too close to the top of the oven. It's time to check on the puddings. They've been in here for several hours now. Let's take a look. This one has the, I remember it by the rock. This one has the brown bread in it. The water's still boiling well. Oh, that looks good. It's not quite done, but you can see it's all risen and breaking open at the top. So that brown bread is just about done. You can see it's a little bit too wet on the top still. Let's take a look at one of the puddings. Yeah, it's still very wet on top, but I can see that the egg is coagulating, so that's getting cooked. Ooh, it smells great. I can smell the nutmeg, or maybe mace. Well, I'll let this boil while I go over and check on the beets. Gladys, how are the beets doing?
Oh, they're good, wonderful. They're all splitting, ready to skin.
Oh, that's great. We'll take all the beets out of the kettle, and then I'd probably stick Heather and Terry with cleaning out this kettle. Visitors always ask about how you could use the kettles when you can't pick them up to wash them. So we'll show how that's done. First, we'll ladle out all the liquid that's there. Want me to take that one away?
Yes, if you will. Thank you.
Here's another bowl.
Okay.
We'll get all the beets out, then we'll ladle out all the water, and then ladle in fresh water and scrub it down a little bit, usually 3 times. And then while the kettle is still warm, we'll rub it down with lard to re-season the iron.